Pro Tunes.
Hey, what's up out there? It's Toon Tuesday once again. And as you can see, just as always, we're starting off with construction. I always tend to do it in red. Not for any specific reason, just I always do it in red. And as you can see, this is looking like a female, and that's because it is. So we're drawing a lady, and we're making her in a pretty standard pose, just standing up. And what I like to do is make sure that I have just sort of the feel of the pose before I get in. If I have like an emotion in mind, I kind of block that out first thing. And if you can see already here, she's in a standard pose, but she's in a very like peppy standing pose. So this person's gonna have like a bubbly feel to her, or that's what I intended. Hopefully it's successful, but you'll see that later on. So right now I'm just kind of drawing the face here, and as you can see, I've given her I don't know what those hats are called, but the hats that don't have the top on it, the kind you see people who either work at McDonald's or if you're a tennis player, that type of hat. So as you can see, she's wearing a... See, here right now, you're probably... I said either a tennis player or person that works at McDonald's. As far as you can see, it could go either way, because it has that type of shirt and it has the type of hat. So it's like, oh... Anybody watching this is probably like, oh, like who is this person? Is she a tennis player? Does she work at McDick's? But you'll see in a bit, she's neither of those things. Yep, just making the eyes here, Copy and paste is such a blessing to my life. I remember I used to not make a habit of it. I used to just like redraw stuff, but it's such a waste of time, especially because I'm like trying to like reshape everything to make it match, and it's like why? For some reason, when I started doing stuff like this, I would always just redraw stuff, and I didn't make the habit of copying and pasting stuff, which is such a waste of time. Okay, now I'm drawing the eyes here, drawing the shape of the eyes. Originally, I wasn't going to make the bottom half of the eye. You're going to see it in a bit. Yeah, see right there. I was going to make it just like the top, sort of like how I did the security guard guy, but I wanted to make it different this time. Yeah. I think I thought it would be a more attractive design this way for some reason. Might as well do something a little different this time, because last time I did the when I did the security guard guy, which I think was the last one I did, he had sort of like that classic, what is it, like 50s or something Superman, where it's just like a line and a dot. There's a lot of cartoons like that where it's just a line on a line and a dot. Kind of like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, like in the original Scooby-Doo from the 1960s. Shaggy had eyes like that. It was just like a line and like a circle, I believe. You can look that up, but I think I'm pretty positive that's how he looked. So as you can see, this girl is looking pretty, she looks just, like, energized. Like, she looks, like, attentive and just ready to go. And that's what I wanted for this character. Just, like, this sort of, this girl who's just very in tune, you know? She's just kind of awake and alive and ready to go. I often make like similar ears for all kinds of designs. Like I'll have like more realistic designs and still keep that kind of ear thing going on. I don't know why. That's just how I draw ears. Yeah, and then, you know, sometimes you, when you draw over your construction, sometimes you reshape the lines because it's a more attractive line. I also made the hair at the top pop out, not as much as I did in the construction, because I felt like it didn't look so good. Yeah, I was gonna try putting like some hairs flying out and everything, but I didn't like it, so I just didn't do it. And then I made like some hairs coming down just to give her a little bit of style. Kind of got those long fringes coming down and a couple wisps there. I like it, I like it. I also changed the eyes. I'm not sure if you saw before, but her eyes were like orange, and I'm like, man, that's not realistic. Nobody has orange eyes. I mean, it's a stylized cartoon, so I could have any eye color, but I was trying to shoot for like something that people can, I guess, identify with, and orange eyes is something that people don't see, so yeah, I didn't want to go with the orange eyes. Now I gave her like these sort of caramel, hazelish kind of eyes, which are a nice eye color. Kind of like if you ever see people with like gold eyes, it's really interesting to look at. Personally, my favorite eye color is brown. I don't know why. I've just always been attracted to brown eyes. And that's not because I myself have brown eyes. I don't know what it is. It's just sort of the way I'm wired, I guess. So you got the typical polo shirt. I haven't revealed what she is yet, but you can kind of see that she got like a polo shirt going on. So there's a number of activities she could be doing. So there's things that you could sort of predict what she could be so far, but I'll let it be a reveal. Sooner or later you'll see. Pretty soon, probably. There are some clues. If I zoom out at any time in this video, I don't remember if I do that much, which I probably... You know what? I do. I don't even know what I'm saying, because I always like look at it from far away. But there are specific pieces to this drawing that even in the construction would reveal quite possibly what she would be. You can try guessing it. You can try guessing it before I draw it out in this video. Just kind of reshaping her body there, cause she was looking kind of wide, and I don't mean like heavy wide. She just looked like unnaturally wide, like manly almost. That's why I actually changed the shoulders, because the shoulders were looking kind of wide, and her torso was looking kind of wide. So we got a glove going on here, and drawing a hand, which drawing a hand in that position is for some reason not like the easiest thing to do for me, although it's something that I draw a lot. But she's kind of have like this like girly girl hand position, like sort of that pose, you know what I mean? Inventing body language is pretty fun, because it's like telling a story, or not telling a story, but it's telling something about them, which is really, really cool. Right there, I just made her skin color, but like it was so close to her hair color, it looked kind of awkward. And unfortunately, people in real life go through that. Like, they'll dye their hair, and it's like so close to their skin color, and it's like kind of awkward. I'm not sure if you've ever seen that. Like, I'm sorry, but I feel like that color's not working for you. Maybe you should have gone for something a little different. I've never confronted anybody by saying that, but there's been times where I've seen people who did that, and like, yeah, looking like Bart and Lisa Simpson, where like the hair and the skin's like seamless because the color's the same. But for that reason, it's because they're actually supposed to be blonde. Bart and Lisa are blonde. That's why the hair and the skin's the same, because like yellow for blonde, I guess. Which, if you think about it, there's not very many people who have that same design in The Simpsons. Bart and Lisa are like exclusive to that. If there's anybody with blonde hair, it's usually like a different tint, like more of a bleach blonde or a sandy blonde hair. But Yeah, they've actually confirmed this like in episodes. Like Lisa has mentioned like I'm a blonde and stuff. And there's that one episode where you see them become humans. I forget what happened. Homer's like reading some sort of magazine where like, oh, it was something like he was reading a magazine and like he said that in the future there's going to be 5 fingers or something like that. I don't know. And then yeah, he sees Bart and Lisa and Maggie morph into humans for a split second. Like, I mean, they are human, but I mean, like, their design changes so that they have normal colored skin, they have hairlines and eyebrows and normal looking features. You can look that up. I'm sure it's on YouTube or even Google Images. But yeah, they had blonde hair. They had blonde hair as far as that design. Sorry. So as you can see, she has long sleeve pants. So as far as playing tennis, that's probably out of the question. Actually, it is out of the question. I don't know what I'm saying. It's out of the question. So that it kind of rules out what she's gonna be doing as far as what her design is gonna tell about her. I think sorry, it's pretty late. I think it's pretty I think it's getting pretty obvious what she might be. Like, she has some gloves. She kind of has like that like plastic gloves. I wasn't going for latex gloves, so if it looks like that, I wasn't shooting for that. But for example, people might be thinking of like maybe a lady who works at Subway, which wouldn't be far off. Personally, my mom, when it's people like working with like sandwiches and stuff like that, she's always my mom's a little bit itchy-headed, and she's always concerned about people's arm hair getting into her sandwich. Like getting into her food and stuff. So she'll see like a guy with like arm hair, and then she's like, it gives her the chills a little bit. It's like, Mom, like, there's nothing you do about it. There probably isn't arm hair, but if there is, you won't die. And I'm pretty sure it's a good source of protein, although I don't suggest eating hair. I've almost eaten my hair before. Because I have long hair, if you've seen me in some of these videos, I have long hair, so there's been times where like I'm eating away and my hair's out, and then like I've like basically swallowed my own hair and I didn't even realize. I'm like, oh. That's the price you pay for looking a certain way. I've always liked long hair. I've had long hair for a while now, and I don't think it's gonna change very soon. Yeah. Just redoing the fingers there. Oftentimes what I'll do is I'll make the hand gesture that I'm trying to do and match what I'm drawing. So I'll basically make the hand gesture and I'll put it in front of my computer screen, and then I'm like, That's how I learned about the sort of the way the wrinkles look as far as like the fingers and stuff. See, that's what I love about drawing digitally, is I can just like cut and move stuff. Like, I love drawing on paper because, quite frankly, I'm a lot better at drawing on paper. I guess it's because of what I've been doing the longest. I find that I'm a lot better drawing on paper. But there's just so much advantages on doing it on the computer. Like, this is the future, man. This is the way things are now. I really enjoy drawing on the computer, though. Although I feel that I'm better on a piece of paper. That's why I often draw on a piece of paper, and then I scan it, and then I put it into Flash or Photoshop, and just sort of trace over it. For some reason, it works that way. Like when I initially draw on a page and then draw it on Flash, it's always a good result for me. This one I just straight up drew on Flash, as you can see. Like this whole thing is from beginning to end. But I'm really liking this design. Again, with the buttons, I actually thought about it. I'm like, because I always screw that up. The button part is at the under part, like the inside the fold. Alright, so I'm giving her sort of like this hot pink polo shirt. Actually, with the glove and stuff and the long pants, it kind of looks like she could be going golfing. I didn't think about that, but she's not a golfer, actually. She's not a golfer. That's not what I had in mind. Maybe one day I'll draw a golfer. Drawing a seam on the side there, drawing the seam in the pants. I feel like that's something that's overlooked when people draw stuff. Drawing the seam in like the pants and the shirts and stuff. Now, one of the most annoying things to draw for me is shoes. I hate drawing shoes. I hate drawing shoelaces especially. It's just so annoying to me. Like honestly, I should save a bunch of different kinds of shoelace positionings or positions so that I can just like throw it on. But it's sort of a little bit hard to predict how you're going to draw shoelaces. So, you just kind of have to do it. Sometimes when I'm drawing a really stylized cartoon, I'll make the shoelaces like really stylized to the point where like there's like no detail in it. And some cartoons don't even have shoelaces, like never mind that. Which is always a good time for me because I don't like drawing shoelaces. I find it really annoying. It's like a task at that point. So we got the bunny ear going through the loop and whatever. Got that going on. I remember learning how to tie my shoes. I finally learned in grade 3. Like in the beginning of grade 3. So when I started grade 3, I already knew how to tie my shoes. And I remember this kid asked me to tie shoes for him. He was a couple grades under me. And I was proud because I actually knew how to tie shoes. And actually, I didn't tie shoes the way I was taught. I just kind of figured it out. So like, my brother, for example, he learned the way my mom taught us. So he ties it differently than the way I do it. Like, it turns out the same way, but I kind of do it differently. But, whatevs. As long as it gets tied up. So I decided to make her shoes purple. I don't know why, just out of randomness. But I guess that's how it's always going to be for these kind of things. She is a girl after all, and girls tend to like purple. So, actually, one of my brother's favorite colors is purple. Not that he's feminine or anything, but guys can like purple too. After all, Barney the dinosaur is purple, and he's a guy. But the color of his scales is something that he can't help, so. Hopefully nobody gave Barney a hard time in his lifetime. Here we go, drawing shoelaces again. It kind of made that shoelace kind of interesting, just kind of like shooting out a little bit. I remember there was this one cartoon where like the shoelaces are always like that, like shooting out in weird directions. Was it Arthur? I can't remember, but I remember there's this one cartoon where the shoelaces are always like shooting around in different directions. And of course, a layer-based program, as far as creating shoelaces and stuff, very beneficial. again, this was something that I had a hard time for some reason getting the habit of making use of the layers. Like I would always draw like on the same layer, just like screwing myself over and stuff. And there'd be seams and everything, and I'd have to erase it to use the fill tool and stuff. Yeah, man. But layer-based programs is everything. Just having like a nice look. Alright, this is the big reveal. So that's the dumb way I make triangles. I've already mentioned this in another video. I'm sure there's a better way, but for some reason I just do it like that. Because like I'm too lazy to figure it out. I'm pretty sure there's like a polygon option and like go into properties. Like I'm pretty positive you can make a triangle that way, but that's just how I do it. Oh, right there is when like for some reason my Flash glitches out and doesn't draw the shapes when it's on top of another shape. It's kind of messed up. And then I do this for everything. I make that background thing. It's going to become sort of like a trademark. And there you have it. Alright, so if you could see that on her chest there, that's an ice cream. So this lady, maybe she's like a young woman, maybe even in her late teens. She's a girl who works at an ice cream shop. And she's this spunky girl ready to take your order. Personally, my favorite ice cream is chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. I also love cookies and cream. Never have I ever mixed the two, but that's a dream I'm going to live out someday. Actually, I really want cookies and cream, ice cream, mixed with chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream on top of a plate-size baked cookie. That just sounds amazing to me. That would taste like a heaven cloud. Guaranteed. Never had it before. It's something that I've been dreaming about for a long time. Sorry, messing up my words. It's pretty late. It's 1:45 a.m. when I'm making the recording anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna have that one day. And if you're watching this, might as well let me know what your favorite ice cream is and what kind of combo you would like to have. Kind of like how I want my chocolate chip cookie dough, all the cookie ice cream stuff on plate-sized cookie. And warm. I want it to be warm. I want the plate-sized cookie to be warm. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is another Toon Tuesday. Till next time. Peace and love.